After bearing losses for months, India's restaurant chains have recovered as much as 70% of their pre-pandemic sales. The food outlets were allowed to reopen in most parts of the country on June 1st. Months later, food delivery remains the preferred option. However, renewed confidence and receding restrictions have brought customers back to restaurants. How badly was the restaurant industry hit during the lockdown? Many restaurant chains have shut dine-in outlets since the lockdown in March. The restrictions in some metros were extended beyond June 1st, which added to mounting losses. With maximum number of COVID-19 cases, Maharashtra is the worst affected state in India. Consequently, the Maharashtra government allowed restaurants to reopen only in October. Restaurants in Delhi were allowed to open in June, but only at a 50% capacity. Bars and pubs continued to bear losses till September, when liquor was allowed to be served. Industry estimates that the March lockdown has forced 30% of bars and restaurants to shut shop permanently. How restaurant business revived after receding restrictions in April? According to reports, restaurant chains in Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Indore, and parts of Punjab have made a strong comeback. However, the growth continues to be slow for the biggest markets for restaurant chains, that is Mumbai and Delhi NCR. Gurugram was a bustling and profitable market for food business due to the corporate crowd. Since the outbreak and subsequent lockdown, food outlets in Gurugram are lagging in making a robust recovery. Meanwhile, the trend has reversed in small cities. Many restaurant chains have reported a reverse migration fuel demand in small cities. People who moved back to their hometowns brought with themselves disposable income and a preference for dine-out lifestyle. This helped restaurants in small markets to make good sales. Reportedly, some coffee chains even got surprisingly ahead of pre-COVID level sales in Tier 3 cities. What strategy restaurant owners are acquiring to propel growth? After months-long lockdown, restaurants started picking up pace with the delivery services. People working from home and tired of cooking opted for food delivery as soon as the services were renewed. Restaurant owners are now considering opening multiple compact outlets at delivery-friendly locations. Many brands that earlier generated a majority of revenues from dine-in restaurants are now considering opening delivery-only brands. As India continues to be second worst hit country from coronavirus, fear of infection still keeps the majority of people away from physical outlets. Food delivery and takeout remains the best option for restaurant industry to generate revenues. Most restaurants are now reconsidering opening shops at high streets and malls.